Honda Elevate. Well, it was recently unveiled here in India and the midsize SUV is now here with us, and it will soon be launching in the Indian market to take on a segment that is the most competitive and the most heated one. But what will the Elevate do for Honda? Well, it is here to make money for Honda. At least that's what Honda believes. But will it be able to do so or not? That's what we are trying to find out. Also, while doing so, we'll answer an important question: that should you consider buying the Honda Elevate or stay away from it altogether? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mohit Bhardwaj reporting from Udaipur with the new Honda Elevate, and it's time that we start talking about its design. As for the design, the Honda Elevate looks matured. It has a very understated appeal to it. Over to the front, have a look. It gets a large chunky grille, which I'm certainly not a big fan of. But what I certainly like about this car is the high set bonnet, and it looks chunky. The clamshell like design accentuates its SUV stance, and these slender looking headlamps, I like them a lot. And over to the sides, you get chunky black cladding, those roof rails, and these 17-inch machine finish alloys. But the slate is largely clean. There are not a lot of cuts and creases over to the side. And that being said, it won't appeal to everyone, but it will appeal to the matured and the sensible audience for sure. Towards the rear, it feels like it is inspired by the Indonesian spec WRV, which is not a bad deal by any means, and the tail section certainly looks chic. What do you guys think of the Honda Elevate in terms of look? Let us know in the comments below. And if I talk of its road presence, well, it is substantial. It manages to catch eyeballs for sure. And the moment you'll step inside the Honda Elevate, you'll realize that this dashboard layout, it feels premium. It looks very neat. Now, it's not as fancy as some of the modern day cars with panoramic displays or something of that sort, but this one certainly looks classy. How? Well, the steering wheel is borrowed from Honda City and it looks neat. It is a very good unit to hold on to. And right behind the steering wheel, you get a 7-inch TFT MID, which is slightly old school, but it has a lot of information on offer. And as we move towards this touchscreen display, well, this is the first time that Honda is offering a large 10.25-inch touchscreen display. Now, it has an IPS LCD panel and the brightness is good, and so is the case with the touch response. Very crisp, I'll have to say. The AC controls, they are mounted here, and there's this leather finish on the dashboard which extends all the way beneath this climate control panel as well. As we talk of features, the Elevate lacks on certain things. For example, it fails to get a large panoramic sunroof. What you do get is a small electric sunroof instead. Thankfully, you're sorted with a wireless phone charger, but the charging pad is really small, while this cavity is large, so your phone, it tends to slide all the way around that cavity and it would never be able to charge unless you are on a straight road. There are two cup holders here. This automatic trim comes with a very stubby gear lever which looks neat, and the center armrest, it's small, it's not slidable, it's not tilt adjustable either. So that way it's a premium car, but Honda still has left some points to be ironed out at a later stage. With a rather long wheelbase of 2650mm, the leg room, knee room and thighs room is in abundance on the second row of Elevate. The headroom is great as well, but sitting 3 abreast would be a task over here. This center AC vents, it kind of intrudes into the leg room. Also, there's this gigantic hump in the seat base itself. Also, Honda is not offering a headrest for the center passenger, neither it is offering a 3-point seat belt for the center passengers. That being said, it is a very great 4-seater car. And again, talking of features, on the rear what you get is a power outlet and these AC vents. Other than that, there's nothing else over here. Even the front seats, they lack ventilation function. So that being said, Honda has missed out on the features, but what they are managing to offer is abundance of space. Also practicality bits, like there's a dedicated phone pocket over here. They would keep you happy for sure on the long journeys. And thankfully the boot space is large as well, over 450 liters. It can accommodate a lot of stuff. But how good is it to drive? Well, let's get back to the driving seat. The Elevate, it is available with just one engine option, and that's a 1.5 litre NA 4-cylinder petrol, and quite a rev happy motor. It just loves to be stretched till its red line, which is around 7,000 clicks a minute. The power surge comes after 4,500 clicks a minute, so you have to keep the engine on the boil for the most part, but it has a decent amount of low end grunt and a very adequate mid-range torque. So the motor is usable in city as well, and it is available with two transmission choices, a 6-speed manual and a CVT. Now coming down to the steering wheel, well, it's precise, it's direct and has the right amount of feedback from it. However, it's not the most direct steerings of all, but still on par with its rivals. And the brakes are progressive as well, and to keep you safe you also get a level 2 ADAS system, which works only on the basis of a camera, not radar. So in darker conditions it becomes slightly tough for this system to gauge things in a very accurate manner. And now coming back to the suspension setup, well, you have McPherson struts up front with a twist beam setup around the rear, and the suspension is also tuned for a perfect balance of comfort and handling prowess. So you want to push this car around corners, it manages to do so. The ride is planted for the most part. However, the rebound is slightly strong, so you feel all those small jitters in the cabin. On the whole, the Elevate feels lovely to drive, offering the right balance of both comfort and engagement. But should you buy it? Well, let's talk about the verdict then. Well, it's time to address the elephant in the room, if you should consider buying the Elevate or not. Well, it is slightly tough to comment. Why so? Because we still don't have the prices at our disposal. But we are expecting the Elevate to be priced from rupees 11 lakh and go up to rupees 16 lakh for the top spec trim. Now talking of the positive attributes of the Elevate, well, the understated styling, I am guessing, will appeal to many, although it might keep a certain set of buyers away from it. While the feature list is not that long, it certainly misses out on ventilated seats, electric panoramic sunroof, but it manages to get a very premium looking and a spacious interior. The boot is accommodating as well, and it has a stupendous ride quality with the highest ground clearance in its segment. The powertrain is patent too, so if you're in the market planning to buy a car with a 1.5 litre NA petrol motor, which is also available on a slew of its rivals, I guess this one certainly makes more sense. While it has its own set of downsides, the Elevate in summation is a sweet offering, I have to say. And on that note, I, Mohit Bhardwaj, will take a leave. Take care.